Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another edition of Show and Tell. If you remember a while ago, I said to you guys that if you have anything that you feel passionate about or a hobby that you'd like to share with us, let me know. My brother said, yo Khaleel, let's talk about my comics because I have an amazing comic collection and he thinks that the whole world should see it, and I certainly share that sentiment as well. So we have with us today Ned. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, bro?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
Okay, so you seem to have an amazing collection of comics here. So how did you get into collecting comics?
Well, it all started from Jamaica. My brother Anthony was always into sort of science fiction, films and everything. And he just basically started to collect them, started to read them. Yeah. And I basically got the bug from him. And I'd started to read them from, basically used to throw them away, used to read them, throw them away and get more, and I didn't really start.
You said you threw comics away?
Yes.
You know that's blasphemy.
Yes, I know. But I didn't know at the time. It was just something to do at the time, so we didn't really take it seriously.
Yeah.
And then when we came off to England, the bug that we got for collecting them, reading them, seemed to have transferred onto our brothers, yourself. Now you were more interested in the artistic side, you still loved the science fictionist side, the superhero side, whereas my brother Paul, he was also into machinery, into gadgets, and he loved comics as well. It's like a bug that went on from brother to brother. Now we sort of collected different things. I collected the Submariner. For some reason I fell in love with the Incredible Hulk. Tony would collect Spider-Man, and I'm sure he's got some gems if he's still got them. And Paul would be into like Fantastic Four. So as far as I can remember, as far as back as I can remember, I've always collected comics. Didn't take them too seriously at first, but it's always been a part of our lives.
Right.
So basically, that's where it came from.
Okay, so the comics you have here, so are they only being collected for sentimental value, or is there other value beyond the fact that you had them when you were young and you still have them? Is there other values to it?
Well, it started out as just basically to collect. I think by nature I'm a collector. If I start collecting a certain thing, I like to have every one in the series. But after a while we began to realise, and it was like a little dream of ours, that one day something that we would collect would become valuable. It's like the part at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
You collect this thing and you think, well, it's not worth collecting, but you collect them anyway. And your mum would say, why are you collecting these things? And you say, oh, Mum, they're valuable. One day, Mum, they're going to be valuable. And you say, yeah, whatever. But first we collected them as like, sentimentality. And that's why I've still got them. There's like Marvel, there's DC, there's all kinds of different comics. But we basically collected them because we just wanted to collect them. Down the road, we realised these things are starting to become valuable.
Okay.
Other people are beginning to realise what they're about.
Okay, so what makes them valuable? I mean, in terms of...
Well, basically, there's certain criteria. For instance, it's a fair bet that if you're going to collect anything, the first edition of anything is going to be valuable.
That makes sense, yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, we've got, that's a number one, for instance. We've got Akira number one. We've got Logan's Run number one, which was made into a popular TV series. We've got Nova, and that's a special one. That's a bit of a gem.
Okay, gem. What's gem?
It's a gem because
it's a gem, yeah.
A gem because this character is the first introduction of the character in a comic. But this character is going to be soon to appear in a major film.
Oh, okay.
So that would up the ante in terms of how much it would cost.
And what film is this you're talking about?
This is Guardian of the Galaxy. And this is
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Going to appear in that film. Now, if that film, breaks box office records and become a major thing in the society, then this is going to be a very expensive comic.
See, right.
And we already know that this one, the Ghost Rider. This has been made into a film.
Two films.
Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
So basically, this is going to be valuable because it's the first appearance. Now, other criteria would be who wrote the comic. Don't worry about that.
It's so valuable, they're falling all over the place.
Who wrote the comic? Say for instance, this one. It's a very famous person who drew it, who wrote it, and basically the physical condition of the comics. It's no point having something that you're collecting.
You said this by a famous artist?
Famous artist called Steranko.
Jim Steranko.
Now, this is basically one of the reasons why one comic would have been more valuable than another comic.
Yeah.
So not only first in the series, but it would be depending on who wrote it and who drew it.
Okay. So that ups the value of it.
Yeah, that definitely ups the value.
Okay. And so, are there any other number ones that you have which would be interesting?
Yes, I've got several number ones. For instance, I early down the road realised that every single comic that came out, I would collect the number 1.
All right.
Now these are all first edition
Okay.
in various states of repair.
So is this number 1 Black Panther?
That's number 1 Black
Because
Panther.
the Black Panther, he's in terms of the Avengers film, the Avengers Assemble film, he's been hinted at. So and there's talk of him being in another film.
Exactly.
So if that film does very well, will the value of the comic, will it go up?
Yes, it would.
Wow.
It's all contributing towards the value of the comic, so you never know what it's going to be. So
Yes.
it's a good idea to protect them, to look
wow.
after them when you collect them.
Yes.
Collect every single number 1. I've
Yeah.
got these are all number 1s.
Wow. Inhumans number 1,
Inhumans number 1.
Son of Satan,
Son of Satan.
2001: A Space Odyssey. That was a film, obviously,
That's
wasn't
the
it?
film, obviously, yes. So basically, these are all number 1s.
Wow.
So it's a good idea to collect. So basically, what makes one more valuable than the other would be all those factors put together.
Yes.
So it's worth collecting number 1s.
So you have a collection here.
Yes.
And they don't seem to be in a box, but how do you rate them? Are they rated in any particular way?
Well, they're basically rated on the physical condition.
So it's not just the value of the money.
Not just the no.
Okay.
It's rated on the physical condition of it. Each comic, for instance, is given a point system.
Yeah.
Now, if this comic was in mint condition, then this would be a 10, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Now you have mint, near mint, then you have moderate, then you have poor. Now this one would probably rate about probably 5.6, and that determines the value. And I've got a gem here which would basically show you what comic, which is very, very popular, in near mint condition would command in the market.
Okay.
So that's how you rate your comic. You have to look at your comic. That's why it's a good idea to protect them.
Yeah.
For instance, if you want to protect your comic, it costs pennies to have a backing board, keep it flat, no coffee stains, no dog ear, don't give it to the dog to chew.
No.
Because that dog might be a good idea.
Or the little baby to
Or the
chew.
little baby.
No.
So basically we bought these to read, but once we've read them, we put them away, put them in a plastic bag, and then you put them in a box.
Yes.
Keep them in a nice dark room somewhere, and that's how you protect them.
Beautiful. So I understand that you kind of hinted at something you had which is near mint condition.
Yes.
Can you tell us what that is? Because I'm really dying to see that. Something that is near mint condition.
Something that is in near mint condition, which is the Incredible Hulk 181.
Okay, and that is significant because it's in near mint condition, or what is another reason why?
There's other reason why. See, this character, this is the first introduction of the Wolverine character.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wolverine with the claws
Yes.
from the X-Men films.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
So not only is it one of the most popular characters in the industry,
Yes.
but he was also a member of one of the most popular groups of super mutants in the industry.
Which is the
X-Men.
yes.
And we all know who the X-Men are.
Yes.
See, once that was the case, then they went on to make films which were successful.
Yes.
So this character is like it's like a gold mine.
Yes.
It's like a team, you know, when
Yes.
you just all the moons came together, all the planets aligned
Yes.
for this character.
Wow.
Now this comic was recently sold
Yes.
in near mint condition, and it broke the $100,000 mark
For a comic.
for a comic.
For this particular
For
comic.
this particular comic.
Wow.
So this is a bit of a gem.
Because we've heard this story that somebody in America some years ago, they found a mint condition of Superman #1, which is Action Comics #1,
Yes.
and they sold it for $2 million.
Yes.
$2 million. So if you have any of those in your back garden, and it doesn't have to be American comics. does
No,
it?
it's not
It could be
any
Beano,
comic. Beano,
or
Dandy,
or
any
Dandy,
comics.
any of those, and they sold it, and it was rumored that it was Nicolas Cage, who's a massive
Yes.
film actor, he's a massive comic book fan.
Yes.
Rumored that he bought it, so I don't know, but so this could be worth millions maybe in a couple of years' time.
I'd say this could be worth up to maybe 10, 20,000
Wow.
pounds.
I've got some serious pinching to do today, I'll tell you. I'm going to bet it. That is amazing. So do you have any other comics which kind of are in the same category as this particular one?
We have comics, as I said, we have comics that will be valuable because they're based on certain characters which over time have become popular.
Yes.
So we have comics, another one here, which is #1, which is, I don't think we've got here, but we've got one come out, obviously you've heard of the Black Panther.
Yes. But what about this one, Man from Atlantis, supposedly from the 80s?
From the series, yes, from the 80s
TV
series.
series, A Man from Atlantis.
See, there might be someone out there who would pay the price to own that. This is
Right.
the first edition.
Wow, that's
So
amazing.
you need to look through your collection if you've got them, protect them, and then find out the background. Do a bit of searching on the internet and Google it and see what the price is.
Okay, so this might be a kind of redundant question, but is it a good investment to have comics?
Yes. The thing is, what's happening is that people are realizing that put money in the bank is not going to earn much interest.
Yeah.
So they're looking at other things like stamps,
Yeah.
painting, it's in the same sort of vein.
Yeah.
So people are realizing, people with money, that to get these things and keep them, the value will only go up.
Yes.
It never goes down. So it's definitely a good investment.
Brilliant.
Keep them in good condition.
Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you very much for sharing your comic book passion with us, inshallah. We've definitely enjoyed that. I thought it was an amazing collection, and you've definitely got some great rare comics here and some gems, and I hope the value goes up greatly, and you can make the most out of it, inshallah. Right. So there you go. So if you guys are interested in sharing some of your passions or your hobbies with me, by all means get in touch and we'll put you on as suitable. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum.
Alright.